Hello, it's Shira7. I am back with another video. Today, I think I'm going to talk about a subject that everyone's been talking about lately in the media, on Facebook, in the newspapers, about the Grammys and celebrities. Okay, the whore. Oh my gosh, did I just say that? So, in a UK newspaper, they called Beyonce a whore for her performance with her husband, Jay-Z, which was probably due to her outfit choice. But a lot of people have to understand that under those like fishnet pantyhose she had on were flesh nude colored tights, so you weren't even seeing her real bare naked skin. Number one. And Cher obviously wore a worse outfit in the, was it early 90s, late 80s? I don't remember. For that video, Turn Back Time, and she performed in it. Also, well, they call a lot of the celebrities out there whores now because they're scantily dressed and basically not wearing much clothing at all anymore. But people have to realize that we are living in a time of the great whore. Most people who know me know that I don't take the Bible literally. I take it symbolically. So the great whore to me in Revelations, all will be revealed, is represented by the female who is out to get vengeance or have her power, or she's on her ego trip, or she's seducing men and she's playing men and using her sexuality and womanliness for power over men. And it says that she rides a beast and she wears red. Well, red is the color of the root chakra, which is, lower self, lower body, versus crown chakra, which is purple and of higher consciousness. Okay, so she wears red and she sits on a beast. A beast symbolically represents the ego, with 7 heads, 7 chakras, and 10 horns. 10 horns represent, horns are made of bone, right? Horns in alchemy represent a phase called calcination, which means it's been stripped down or burned down to the bone. That means it's been totally stripped and taken down all the way to bone. So that's why the horns represent calcination. But after calcination, then there's a rebirth. First you have to die, like the phoenix and the rising ashes. First you have to die, you have to burn, you have to become a skeleton, you have to become bone, and then you have to rise back up. So calcination, the 10 horns mean that the beast or the ego, the lower chakras, the chakras have to be taken down and back to where they should be. A lot of things are out of balance. For instance, we live in a patriarchal society, and everything is basically blamed on the woman, or it's the woman's fault. Even the Bible blames Eve for sin. But either way, whatever you believe, it is a patriarchal society. And if a woman wants to get noticed or ahead, she kind of has to play 2 roles at the same time. So with that being said, the return of the great whore is kind of a slap in the face of patriarchy. I'm a woman, I have power, I have sexual power. My whorishness and my female power exposes male weakness. You see, people don't like whores because they expose the male's weakness, which is sex, a woman, unless they're homosexual. Then there's also man whores. So, and they learned from women. So what I'm getting at is, if there was no patriarchal society, if things were more matriarchal, or even just a little bit more, feminine, there would be less whores. And I don't have anything against whores. I think whores are powerful people, and they know how to get attention, and they know how to get what they want using their feminine power. But see, you have to look back, like in Africa and a lot of their tribes, they were matriarchal, and there were no whores. Why? Because the female was in power, so she didn't need to use her sexuality to get what she wanted, because she was in power. Now, a lot of people will say, no, that's wrong, that's very feminist, but it's very true. Why would a female need to be a whore if she was in charge of everything that, had to do with her? If she was in charge of hiring, if she was in charge of getting what she wanted, if she had the same chances and pay and opportunities as men, that she wouldn't need to use her sexuality. A lot of females in the business world, they get passed on promotions a lot because they are seen as, they might take time off to have children, or if they already have children, the children might be sick and they have to stay home from work. Yeah, we all know that. So if it was a matriarchal society, I'm sure businesses and companies would cater more to women and not make them feel like they have to screw to get ahead. They got to screw the boss so they can take those extra days off without suffering for it in their paycheck. So yes, the whore is a tool. Being a whore is a tool. It's a power tool into getting ahead in this world for a woman. Now, people always are saying, okay, well, how do we get rid of the great whore? The great whore must be defeated. Think about this. When or what reason do women become whores in the first place? Either one, they were hurt by a male in their early childhood, maybe through molestation. Two, they were betrayed by a male, maybe a boyfriend or someone really close to them, a husband, or whatever. And then three, maybe they've seen other women in their family or heard about other women who were done wrong by men, so they just decided to avoid the path altogether. That's where a lot of this, I don't need a man, and I'm powerful, and I'm a whore, and I'm going to show my butt all over the internet comes from. Is that females are trying to take back their power, but they're doing it in the form of being a whore. And society suffers from it. The kids suffer from it, but that's just how it is. Now, the only way, in my opinion, now this is just simply my opinion, don't look at my nails, okay? This looks like a whore nail job. In my opinion, the only way to get rid of whores, or the whore concept, or the popularity of the whore, is to give women her power back. I mean, why not make it easy for a woman to work and raise children? Most men I know would be happy if the woman wanted to work, but who's going to pick the kids up from school? Who's going to help them with their homework? I mean, what about watching them after school? Who's going to do that? School lets out at 3 o'clock. Work doesn't let out till 5 or 6. So choices. Basically, if the world were more matriarchal or catered more to females than just males, strictly males, and made it easier for women to become empowered, then there would be less reason to be a whore. I mean, we wouldn't have to run around half naked to get the same attention that a man can get by just walking around and saying a few rap words and having some nice tennis shoes and a leather jacket on. Women have to compete against other women as well, and the one with the less clothes on gets the more attention. The one with the brain, it's like, okay, well, yeah, she's cool, but we want to see this. Well, you're the cause for whoredom. So I don't have anything against whores. I mean, I think variety is the spice of life. I mean, everything is for a reason. And, in ancient times, they considered the whore sacred, because she was a spiritual teacher as well as a sexual healer. So you have to realize that part of it as well. The woman's female anatomy and her sexuality is very powerful when it comes to being able to get what she wants out of a man. It just is. I mean, we all know it. You can't deny that. But anywho, enough of my seriousness. Now let's go into something more fun. Oh, also, let me go back to the symbolism of the great whore in the Bible. Okay, so a lady, she has a cup, which is, what a cup represents, right? Her uterus, her chalice. She's holding it up. Female power, vagina power, She's sitting on a beast in a red dress, so we already broke that down. And the 10 horns also want to share something about the number 10. The number 10 is also the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot card. So the Wheel of Fortune is like the wheel of life. It goes around and around and around. So the female is over life, death, and birth. So she sits on a beast that's over the whole chakra system, the ego, the life system, and she holds her vagina or cup up in the air, saying, "Look at me. I have power. And if you can't see it and appreciate it, then I'm going to punish you with it." So that's what she does. So if you don't want to see any whores, if you don't want your children to grow up and be whores, make sure you treat them with respect and try to make a world that's better and more catering to women. And then you won't have the whore problem. But if you like whores, please continue to do what you do. Give them some babies, then leave them, and then go on Facebook or Twitter or whatever you do and talk about your baby mama and how she's this and she's that. Well, you just, whatever. She moved on. She went got some other guy to live with them, and now he's raising your kids, but you're still paying child support. I don't know, life's tough. Okay, so if you have any questions about whoredom, I'm not an expert on whoredom, but I'm an expert on symbolism, in my opinion. So if you have any questions, just inbox me, or if you want me to talk about another subject, let me know, and I'll make another video. Let me have a little sippy sip. You see this cup? I made this. Well, I didn't make the cup itself. I painted it. Isn't that cool? Oh, what's in my cup? What's in my cup? What's in my cup? I'm holding up my cup. Oh, what's in my cup? It's the blood. The blood that Jesus said to drink from, the chalice. The Holy Grail. I wonder what he meant by that. You think he meant Mary Magdalene's cup, the whore? You think he meant to drink from her cup to get life eternal? Think that's what he meant? I don't know. Could be. Well, anyway, if you like my horror video, if you want me to make more horror videos, or oh, I got it. Next video, I should talk about the male horror, and not the kind that gets paid. Okay. Well, they could get paid. You never know. Okay. Well, rate, comment, and subscribe if you like my channel, please, because everybody need a little love every now and then. While I drink from my chalice of eternal life and offer you some wisdom so that you don't walk around talking about whores in a bad way anymore, because now you understand them. And no, I'm not a whore. I mean, I might have been a couple times in the past, but I'm no longer a whore now because I took my power back.